What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today I've got another full game. This is the team I came up against: Ronaldo, Suarez, Bale, Vieira, Del P, and then going in the midfield, Blanc, Desailly, Valencia, Alexandro, and 93 Red De Gea. So you can tell straight away this is going to be a solid opponent with a solid team. The reason why I've gone for a full game again today is because I just didn't record lots of my gameplay from Sunday. And that was because I was just getting mad triggered at the game. Not going to lie, I went from 15-1 to 20-4, which is quite okay. But then I was 21-7 and descended into just a bad pattern. And again, it's always the same. It's always the same. Too many games in too short a time. I'm unable to keep my concentration levels high. I'm unable to let go of silly losses. I'm unable to stay composed, and it impacts my gameplay more than it should. So I was getting so frustrated that I just wasn't recording. I was like, screw this, and screw videos, and screw YouTube. I was just frustrated, ultimately. But this was one of the games that I did record that I thoroughly enjoyed. So I want you guys to see this and enjoy it. I hope you do enjoy it. Now, I've got lots of comments to go through. Now, the title of this video, at the end of the video, at the end of this game, I actually talk about potentially buying some new icons, putting them into the team. Some of the low-end icons that are overpowered and undervalued. Shevchenko, Crespo potentially, Paolo Maldini's left-back card. There's a few there that I think, hey, maybe this will be a good card to have on the Road to Glory for a week. We won't lose too much, maybe only tax, so, maybe looking like 20, 30k. And all things considered, it'll be quite good. And one of the comments that I'll now read first is from Andrew, who says, "Hey Net, baby icon Shevchenko has better attacking stats than his middle card. He is only 400k on the market currently with 88 pace, 90 shooting and 85 dribbling. Do you think he's worth it if I have 450k? And yeah, I absolutely, dude. I think you're right. That Shevchenko card, the 86 Shevchenko card, it's a good card. But it's not only a good card because of the stats you get. Once you put a Hunter on, 99 pace, 99 shooting, well, it's actually 98 shooting, but it's 99 finishing, 99 positioning, 99 shot power. He's got good curve, which is always nice for the strikers for the finesse shots. He's got good jumping, which is good for those far post corners. He's sadly got quite low stamina at 74, so it might be a kind of guy that you have to replace. And then his dribbling is well-rounded. It's not amazing, but it's well-rounded. On top of that, he has a 4-star weak foot, which I find to be very important. He has high work rates and is 6 foot tall. Now, I've played with lots of high highs this year, and I quite enjoy them. So, yeah, I don't think that's too much of a problem at all. But the thing that is massive for that Shevchenko card, and why I think, yeah, maybe this is worth trying him out. And funnily enough, we talk about this later on in the video, and I didn't even read this comment before talking about it, is that the traits he has the finesse shot trait, the long shot trait, and the speed dribbler trait, which means although his dribbling isn't ideal and his balance and agility are low, he will actually turn with a swiftness, and that's one of those benefits you get from an icon. So yeah, his traits are fantastic. His stats in general are fantastic, and at worst you'll lose tax on him. I think that's fine. And you can even strong link him to Marlos, because Marlos is from Ukraine as well. So, he definitely opens up some possibilities, does that Shevchenko. And the 88 Shevchenko is also cheap. The 88 Shevchenko is actually cheaper. The 88 Shevchenko is 400 bang on. The 86 is like 410 to 430. And even the 88 Shevchenko is definitely worth looking at. Once you put that Hunter Chem style on him, once again, he has 4-star weak foot. He's got high medium work rates, which is obviously more beneficial than the high. He goes to 95 sprint speed, 97 acceleration, but again, 99 shooting. He's got more composure and just generally better dribbling. But sadly, although he's got good jumping and good strength, again, his stamina is an issue. However, with the 88 Shevchenko, he again has finesse shot trait and long shot taker trait. So I think Shevchenko is a good option to have a look at, because you're not going to have... You're not going to lose money outside of tax, and I think that's very viable and very valuable. So definitely do. I'm the Greatest says, by the way, I didn't use the bronze bench last weekend for Foot Champs. I played with an 88 to 89 rated team. I've won more games than ever. I was Gold 1, Elite 3 player, now Elite 2. I broke my win record, maybe something to try. Just talking about, obviously going back to that video where I spoke about how bronze bench might impact matchmaking because of team rating, which could have an impact. And on quite the contrary for you, having such a high squad rating might also eliminate so many incredible players in this game because they all bronze bench to bring down their team rating. So if they're all at 83s and 84s and you're up at 88s and 89s, you're going to eradicate a humongous portion of top tier players because they have such lower rated squads if it plays a bigger part in matchmaking as I feel it does do. So yeah, I definitely think that having a super high rated team could pose benefits, definitely. And as you say, something to try. Maybe this weekend league coming up. Although this weekend I had an 83 rated squad and I got to 15-1 and I was just generally playing good FIFA. And maybe maybe the team rating didn't really affect me too much. But yeah, I might try going up to like a 190 and seeing what impact that makes. So Notorious B says, hey Nep, bro, would you spend all your coins in the FIFA World Cup mode? By the way, love the vids. It depends what they do and how they do the World Cup mode, really, my friend. If they do it much like last time around, yeah, I'll spend absolutely all of them. Last time around, what happened is you bought a World Cup mode pack for 5,000 coins. It would contain a normal World Cup mode pack contents with players, badges, and kits and staff. And then it would also have a 5k pack that you could open in your regular Ultimate Team. So I would waste lots of coins on that to stack up the World Cup mode. However, I don't necessarily think that they'll do it exactly the same as last time. They'd be fools to do so because as good as that game mode was, it's 4 years old now. It's time, hopefully they can revamp it and introduce something that's equally as fun, because that game mode was exceptionally fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was actually going back a while back, a couple of weeks ago, I went back and watched my World Cup series back to myself, and I just enjoyed that game mode. I thought it was great. Eternal Paradox says, hey Net, why don't you use a decent league unstriker when you enter a game? And then when the game starts, immediately sub Kevin De Bruyne on. By the way, love your vids. I appreciate the compliment, dude. Basically, it would be negative to chemistry. Right now, everybody on the team gets 10 chemistry with the exception of De Bruyne on 8. If I subbed him on immediately, he would come on with a 5 chem start point, not an 8 chem start point. So I'd actually lose stats by subbing him on immediately. So he will stay on 8 chemistry. Or potentially, for this weekend league coming, I'm tempted to change my left side trio. Maybe, as good as Cavani is and was for me, and as good as Mbappe has been, it might be nice to maybe get in Heung-min Son and Harry Kane's Team of the Year card for one weekend. So playing Son and Harry Kane up front, De Bruyne in behind, Rijkaard still at CDM, Costa and Modric in the midfield, and then if I switch to the 4-4-2, can go back to having Costa and Son on the wing, and then Kane and De Bruyne are up front. Might be something to consider, but I'm also going to be considering, as you will see later on in the video, I'm also going to be considering purchasing an icon or two. The Del Piero card that we've got available to us is relatively cheap and very good. 900,000 coins. We could have a good weekend league with him. There was Dennis Bergkamp's card. Looks very good. Obviously not the prime, but the 87 rated card comes in at 400,000 coins and would make a decent cam, a very good cam. You put Maestro Chem style on him, he goes to a 93 cam. Might be fun to try him and maybe put Kevin De Bruyne up front. Or the Dennis Bergkamp 90 rated card is only 650,000 coins. And he's obviously very, very good. That, you put a Hunter card on him, he goes to 96 pace, 97 shooting with good dribbling. But again, like a lot of the icons, just low stamina, low physicals, which is a bit of a problem. But there are plenty of icons that we could potentially pop in there as well, and then just go and get ourselves another good player. So I'm willing to change up the team. Now that I've got a huge coin balance and lots of players available to sell. If we just look at De Bruyne and Modric alone, if I sell De Bruyne, we'll take home about 2 million coins, and then Modric will take back about, I think Modric is about 1.2, 1.3 now. 1.2. So we'd get 3 million after tax, give or take, if I sold Modric and De Bruyne, and I'm at 3 million anyway. So I'd have 6 million coins in the account if I just sold those 2 Team of the Year cards, let alone all the other cards. I've probably got about 6.5 to 7 million coins worth of sellables in this club now, which I think is amazing. We've really advanced over the last few weeks, playing weekend league out and so on and so forth, and we did manage to get Elite 3 this week again, 30 wins. So that's another Team of the Week pack, another 100k pack, and indeed another 70,000 coins coming. The last comment we've got is from Jonathan Halili. He says, hi Nep, I've been here since the start of the series and throughout it, and I've noticed that in every second video you suggested an amazing idea which could potentially develop the FUT community to new highs that no one, and I mean no one, has seen before. My point is, I would really like to know why you're silent to some degree, and why you didn't contact EA up to now, why you didn't at least try to team up with EA despite your history with them. You have nothing to lose, in my honest opinion. And by the way, I'm not complaining or trying to be toxic, just wondering why you haven't done so in the past year. I'm writing this comment to you because I just want the absolute best for FIFA and its community, and I also think that you're the right man to turn into this subject. I believe that you're the one who can carry this game and community onwards to the next level. To end this comment, I would like to say thank you for your hard work towards this channel, despite having fewer views and revenue and so on. Moreover, I think you're a very quality content creator and personality. Furthermore, I'm addicted to your Road to Glory videos on another level, and wish you and your family the best of the best. Thank you, man, for the kind words. 2 reasons. First of all, EA can't take ideas flat out from people. It was said a few years back, behind closed doors, that basically if I said, hey EA, you should add Team of the Week managers, and then the next week they add Team of the Week managers into the game, I am now liable to sue EA for my intellectual property, because I can prove on video that this is my idea. So for that alone, I would have to actually engage in a working partnership with them. And I don't necessarily think they would want to do that, A, because of my history with coins, and B, because of my history with Foot Galaxy, and C, because I can be toxic myself toward EA. And sometimes rightly so, and sometimes wrongly so. I could definitely manage myself better when I'm frustrated with this game, or frustrated with lack of improvements in this game. Sometimes I go about it the wrong way to explain it. With that being said, I explained this basically in the last episode, why they have no incentive to change. And because I could give them the most incredible idea in the world, but why would they want to implement it when they're already hitting targets and achieving goals? By implementing an idea that I have might have an adverse effect on the game. And so why would they risk it? So, it's not that I haven't tried or I don't want to. It's just that my words will fall on deaf ears. And until EA create a world where they're actively engaging with their community, listening to what they think they want and what they feel they want, there's just no point. On top of that, though, I have another great idea, which is actually based on FIFA Mobile again, or not on FIFA Mobile to the only degree, but heavily from FIFA Mobile. But also, I know Madden has this, and that is like campaign. There is basically in FIFA Mobile there is something called campaigns, which is like an offline game mode where you achieve certain things under certain rules and you get rewarded kindly for it. For example, in FIFA, if you had a campaign, let's say you had the English campaign, and the idea in FIFA Mobile is you build, you have your team, you build your team, and you play against. There's 5 tiers. Tier 1 is easy, it gets more difficult as you go up through the tiers, and the rewards get better as you go up through the tiers. And in Tier 1, you complete matches or skill games against English teams, because you're in the English campaign. And when you complete one match, you get rewarded with a few coins, some FIFA points, and a player, just a random player. It says a 60 plus rated starter player. So basically you'll get a 60 rated or higher player from the English leagues. And that's including the, obviously, Division 2, Division 1, Championship and Premiership. And then as you go on and on and on, you get to the 5th tier. And in the 5th tier, it's very difficult. So first and foremost, you need to have, potentially to even play the game, on FIFA Mobile, you might have to have a 95 rated squad. You might have to be in a specific rank in their competitive mode. You might have to have a certain number of players in your team. For example, you might have to have 8 English players in your team and also a 90 rated squad. But when you win a game, you get some coins, some XP, and you get a 75 rated starter player or higher. So if in FIFA Ultimate Team, you could have a campaign where it's very similar. You run the campaign through. The further you get, the harder the stipulations get, but the better the rewards get. And then at the end of the campaign, there are players available. And you complete each section of the campaign and you get rewarded with a player. Like in the campaign on FIFA Mobile, you get rewarded with a Kyle Walker, I think Kevin De Bruyne, you get a Gianluigi Buffon, and you get boosted heavy players. In the South American campaign, you get, for example, there's a winger, I think, I can't remember exactly, but there's a 94 rated winger that you get for completing the campaign, or a 90 rated winger or something you get for completing the campaign. How cool would that be in FIFA? Forget online for a second, because squad battles have shown that offline has place in this game. I'm personally not the hugest fan of offline, but they have such a good opportunity to throw campaigns into. They have such a huge opportunity to throw campaigns into FIFA 18 Ultimate Team or FIFA 19 Ultimate Team, where you start off, say, like the SBCs that we currently have for the leagues, but instead of doing SBCs for those, have campaigns for those. So you've got to play against the AI on different difficulties. So, you know, right now in tier 4 of the campaign, you'll be playing on world class or legendary, but in tier 5 of the campaign, you'll be playing against it on legendary or ultimate. So you'd really have to work hard, you know, especially if one of the stipulations was that you had to have a minimum 85 rated team with 8 English players on your team. That might be tricky because you're now going to have to go and buy, potentially you might have to go and buy a Michael Owen to up your ranking, you know, a Harry Kane team of the year to up your ranking. You'd have to do some things to try and figure out your team to actually go and play offline. It would keep the market fresh, it would keep the game interesting, and you could have an online version of campaigns as well. You know, you and I match up against each other with these same rules. And to advance from one section of the campaign to the next section of the campaign, you have to win a tournament. Maybe only make it a 2-tier tournament. So instead of starting right now as we do in a round of 16, you start in the semi-final. So you win 2 games online and you advance to the next section. You get some good rewards of that. But you know you're coming up against other people with very similar teams and very similar skill ratings to you. And that then, when you complete the campaign, you get heavily boosted players that are fit for that campaign. I think it has absolutely mammoth potential, does campaigns in FIFA, and I would love to see it. Honestly, I'd love to see it. It would make this game worth grinding, worth interesting. One of the greatest things about FIFA Mobile is that the grind is fantastic because there is always something to do. For example, for me right now, to complete the South American campaign, I need to win 250 verse attack matches and I've only won 170. So I now need to go and grind verse attack, and for good reason. And then once I've completed that, one of the next things I need to do is to have a 95 rated team in Legendary 1 of verse attack to complete that. And with icons, they have the icon careers, and you have to complete certain things within the career to boost your icon. And one of those is to have, like, for Petit, for the Arsenal icon, you need a team that's like 100 overall rated with 7 Frenchmen to play, just to even play it, let alone if you win it or not. And stuff like that would just be amazing. But anyway, guys, I won that game 2-1. That was a really, really tough game. I felt, again, like I played really good FIFA in that game. This is going to be the end of the post-con portion, guys. We're going to go live. We're going to go have a look at the account. I will be right back. Alright, guys, so that was the last Foot Champs game of the weekend that I'm going to show. After that game, I can't remember what the record was at that point. We completed a daily objective though. Woo, mixed contracts pack, yay. After that was done, like during basically up until Sunday evening, I was playing really well, and then it just, again, man, it's just me, man. I'm the problem. Mentally, I'm the problem. But it's just too many games in too short a space of time for me personally, you know. Unless I perfectly balance my games out, I have no chance of playing at the highest concentration levels throughout the whole weekend, which is a bit of an issue. However, we finished on 30 wins this week, so that puts us obviously in a great position for Elite 1 monthly. For Elite 1 monthly, we need to get 140, and we are online for 150, so I'm already 10 wins ahead of the curve. Or, like, you know, if we got 30 a week. But we need 110 from the final few weeks, so it's literally like, what's that, 27 to 28 a week will actually get me Elite 1 monthly. But as I say, you know, happy to have got to 30 and 10. However, I was 15 and 1 and 20 and 4 at one stage. So I went from 20 and 4 to 30 and 10. That's what is that? That's a 10 and 6 stint. The last 2 games, I actually got to 29 wins with 9 losses, and I had 2 games left. And I decided to play on semi-auto shooting. Somebody has suggested to me that potentially you should try semi-auto. Like, I had one game basically where I had like 28 shots and 16 on target or 15 on target or something, and I lost the game on penalties, and I just couldn't believe it. It's one of those games, every shot bar like 3 or 4 was from inside the box, and I kept hitting the post, or he kept getting wonder blocks and wonder saves in, and I just couldn't believe it. And so somebody said, hey, why not try semi-shooting? You know, it's once you master it, it's more accurate. I played 2 games with semi-shooting. I won one of them 1-0, which was from a penalty, and I lost the other one, I think, 4-2. But it was ridiculously difficult. I was getting into absolutely guaranteed goal-scoring situations and missing. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay with assisted. This obviously is the team that we used over the course of the weekend. I put a few players on the bench for those last games as well to try and get some weekly objectives done. I think I got a couple done, but nothing more than just a few. And I love this team. I tell you who I really love, is Cavani. This guy for me is amazing. 100 goal contributions in 47 games so far. 64 goals in 47 games. Somebody again suggested to me that his 3-star weak foot is a lie. And I would agree with that. It does definitely. I scored plenty of goals on his left foot. But I definitely feel like if he did have a 4-star or a 5-star weak foot, he would be next level. But this Cavani card is very good. Now, obviously, we've got a good team of the week coming up with potentially Heung-min Son. So I might get the new Heung-min Son. But as the title, I don't know what I'm going to do for the title. But I packed Mark Overmars. Now, as you guys know, I do Draft to Glory on the Road to Glory series. Let me go and show you the draft record in a second. But yeah, I packed Mark Overmars. He's tradable, first owner. I don't know if I want to keep hold of him and potentially sell him at a later date, or if I just want to sell him now. You know, get 410,000. Is that his lowest bin? Yeah, 410,000, man. Like, you know what? He's going for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. 1, 2, 3. I want the coins, man. So we made some great progress from draft today and over the last few days in general. And if you guys want to look at, obviously, the draft record for this account, we're at now 39 draft wins from 71 entries, 212 wins, only 32 losses. And just in general, it's been due a big pull. And over the last 3 days, we've actually got a lot of good pulls. I packed Pepe, an Inform, Otamendi, Bellerin, Gary Cahill, Carl Walker upgraded card, and now we've also, there's the Inform that I packed, Arias. He hasn't sold yet. As an 84 rated, I would have thought he would have sold for 23k, but I guess not. But now with Mark Overmars there as well, we are likely to go, well, we are going to go up to around 3 million coins, along with these tradable players of Modric and De Bruyne, and of course Verschalko, Fernandes, Ter Stegen, Costa, Martinez, and among others. You know, we've got plenty of stuff in the club. Ismaili and Romagnoli as tradable, 2 Origis as tradable, and then an Alexandro, a Carrasco, a few other players here, Lopez, Casillas, some 82s. We've got a lot of coins in this club now. You know, that Overmars hit was big. But not only that, we've of course got Elite 3 rewards due as well. So another 70,000 coins, another 100k pack, another Team of the Week pack. And we are gearing up for great things for Team of the Season. I do really enjoy this team a lot. However, I would be tempted to potentially go and test out Harry Kane's Team of the Year card. I just want to try him out, you know. And with Heung-min Son coming, I'm either going to pack that Heung-min Son, or I'm going to potentially purchase one of the other Heung-min Son versions, and we'll play Son and Kane up front and De Bruyne in behind them, and I think that might be a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, Harry Kane's down at 1.4-ish at the moment. Let's go like this and then like this. We've got Harry Kane Team of the Years here. Yeah, so 1.42. For one weekend league, I'm very interested. Very interested. You know, use Kane, take out Cavani, take out Mbappe, put in Kane, put in Heung-min Son, and use that as our squad. And again, not because Cavani's bad, but because Cavani was so good. That's why I'm interested in Kane. Kane does have the 4-star weak foot. He also has a high work rates. He's a bit taller, and he's got considerably better stats. And with a catalyst, he goes to ridiculous pace as well. So I think, I don't know, what do you guys think? Do we buy Team of the Year Kane and give him a shot, give him a test out? Or do we say, actually no, let's ignore Team of the Year Kane and that Heung-min Son and go elsewhere? If we can get it for like 1.4 on open bids, I would be interested in that. Let me put the min price to 1 million and see if we can get a Harry Kane on 1.4 open. It was like 1.420, wasn't it, for the lowest bin? So 1.3 something would be preferable. It doesn't look like there's going to be anything here that I'll be able to bid on, sadly. Everyone's listing them up. Now, There's a lot of Harry Kanes, and I'm absolutely certain his price is going to depreciate. It's already on a general downtrend for most of the cards, Team of the Years included, just as everyone's preparing and gearing up for Team of the Season. But I think for one weekend, yeah, see, Harry Kane in February the 23rd, so 2 weeks ago he was like 1.55. Now he's like 1.45 or 1.42, so he's gone down 120k in about 2 weeks. So if we use him for one weekend, you know, we're going to lose maybe 100,000, maybe as much as 120,000 on tax and depreciation. Is this a smart choice, or do I go elsewhere? Do we, you know, do we look for another card that's going to give us very similar abilities, essentially? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth spending that coin on Harry Kane just for a weekend league. I'll let you guys be the decider of that. But this video is going to be getting on now up towards that 25-30 minute mark. I just wanted to have a little chat with you guys about the future, because although I love this team, I want to test out other players now. You know, we've got a lot of coins, but I don't want to lose huge amounts. But I'm more than happy to switch out my attack here or there. In fact, I'm happy to. I want to keep Modric, and I want to keep De Bruyne, and I want to keep Rijkaard, right? So basically, this left-hand side, I can fit any trio in there to test them out. Maybe we go and buy a couple of icons. You know, maybe we go and buy one of the icon strikers. Let's reset this and have a look at some icon strikers that we've potentially got available to us for, let's say, 600,000, because icons generally won't go down. Not by huge values anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's have a look at 700,000 coins for an icon striker. This Cliver, too low on composure, not a good card. Inzaghi, not fast enough. Henrik Larsson, it's not a bad card, low strength. This Shevchenko card, for 400k. How tall is he? 6 foot, high medium. Good jumping, good heading. Great reactions and ball control. Good composure, great finishing and good pace. With a hunter, he'd be good. You know what? This Shevchenko might not be a bad choice. For 440k, not even selling. This Cliver as well. 4-star, 4-star. Low composure. Shevchenko definitely interests me more. NepentheZ, only 3-star weak foot. That's too bad. Low composure for me as well. Van Basten, 91, is 500k. His jumping's bad. I don't really want him. How tall is he? 6'2", medium low. Alan Shearer might be a good shout. 2-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot though. I would really prefer like a 4-star minimum weak foot. Crespo would be a good shout. Good high composure, good pace, good finishing. Do we go and pick up a Hernan Crespo? I do like the look of that. I do like the look of that Hernandez. Henrik Larsson, not really interested in. Can't believe how cheap the 88 Shevchenko is. It's a decent card as well. Michael Owen here as well, 400k, 4-star weak foot. Not good enough stamina. 87 Crespo is cheap enough as well. Now that's a really good card, but just sadly with really low stam. 87 Crespo. 87 Crespo. Do we up our price range a little bit and go and have a look at some other players? Now this Michael Owen is much more like it. Low agility and balance. A much better stamina. I don't know. I don't want to waste more of your time. This video is going to be really long. I'm definitely interested in some of these cards though. This Dennis Bergkamp at striker would be fantastic, except low stam. Could play Dennis Bergkamp at cam and play De Bruyne at striker. Van Basten's up there as well. I'm gonna have a good look at some of these icons, guys, and maybe you know, maybe pick up a couple of icons for this upcoming weekend league in the attack. Maybe even pick up a couple of icons in defence. Looking at Paolo Maldini here, you know, less than 400k, we can just whack him in at centre back instead of Sergio Ramos. He'd still do a great job. He's got high reactions, high composure, good pace, good defending. Of course, he's nice and tall, medium-high work rates. Might be worth maybe going and picking up Paolo Maldini. We've got the funds available. If he's 500k or less, I'm just going to buy. Oh no, he wasn't he? He was like 400 somewhat. Jesus, why is he so cheap? What are we saying? 480, 475 for Paolo Maldini. I am extremely, extremely interested by this. I don't know how he would fit in the team. Jordi Alba would be the one... No, because I'd have to start Ramos. It would be difficult for me to fit him in the team. Or would it? I'll just put Mbappe in where Costa is. No, because then Modric needs a link. I don't know. Oh, I'm very tempted to just buy this Maldini anyway. No, I'm gonna hold off, guys. I'm gonna hold off. This, though, guys, is gonna be the end of the video. Sorry for wasting so much of your time not doing anything. I'm gonna look to maybe pick up 1 or 2 of the low-tier icons because we're not gonna lose much on them. But I want to make sure they're the right fit for the team and work out for the team. But this is gonna be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.